Hi, welcome to this video. We are obviously talking about Leo Brouwer's Estudio Sencillo number 1, which is a very interesting thing, and in this video I will give you a bit of an analysis to play it more consciously. Let's begin with the time signature. Brouwer just writes 4. And if we look at the first measure, we could imagine this means 4 quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But if it means for 4 quarters, why didn't he write 4 quarters? It's a bit more tricky than that. Brouwer actually means 4 units to be counted. Leo Brouwer is a composer from Cuba. And in Cuba there is a very interesting rhythm that is very famous, and let's have a look on a contemporary composer, so to say, who uses that as well. Listen to this. Okay, you recognized him. We have so to say 1 2 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. This is the so-called tresillo. It's a rhythm with 3 accents. The very first bar actually is this tresillo. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3. The second bar is not really that tresillo, so let's have a closer look on this. We do have in the first bar tresillo, and then 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. I don't think so. If we look at the very last 2 8s, we see in the first bar that we have the accent on the F, on the F sharp, and in the second bar we have the accent on the B, always on the bass notes. So this is just inverted. There's something a bit strange in this. As Brouwer writes cantado el bajo, we have to sing the bass. We actually have 2 fundamental bass notes, which are the low E in the beginning of the first bar and in the beginning of the third one. These 2 E's are related to another with that arc that we have beneath them. So this is a kind of 2 columns where all the music in between is put in. The first bar, as I said, tresillo. But then da-dum, this accent which leads back to the first note. What we have are several units of 3 and 2 notes. Look at this. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3. Probably there is some kind of inversion in the tresillo. And if it's not that, and that's what I believe, let's come back to the tresillo of Ed-Sheeran. What we have is ba 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 bam ba dee dum ba ba bam. So we don't have quarter notes, but half notes in the beat. Something like this. So if we take 4 of them and play the rhythm of Brouwer, we have that 4 unit that are mentioned in the time signature. Let's have a look on that 4 units. The first one obviously is the 3/8 unit. 1 2 3. But the second one is not a 3 as in the tresillo, but to my opinion it's 5. 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. And then again 1 2 3 4 5. and then again a kind of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I said a kind of 5 because actually the 3 is enough what we have in the second bar. These are 3, and I have to land 2 8s from the third bar. Okay, so the trick is that actually in these 3 5/8 forms, the third one lands some 8s from the third bar, which is actually the beginning of the next one. And this is typical in this piece, that the beginning of the third part is at the same time the ending of the second bar or the first phrase. Okay, but now if we count, we have 1 3, 1 5, another 5, and another 5 that is land a bit with the next 3 of the second bar. So we have a 4 unit. When we notice very well in the music, Brouwer wrote that the pianissimo begins at the D. So in the third bar, not in the beginning of the third bar, but in the first 5/8 part of the third bar. Okay, so that's really interesting. And then we have exactly 4 beats. 1. And that's our rhythm. Great, eh? I love that very much. Now watch the next figure. As we have units of 5/8, the accent of the first 5 group is earlier than the second beat. Here's the second one. The second 5th group is exactly with the beat, and the last one is after the beat. Look at this, right hand. That's very, very interesting because it moves the rhythm, and all the piece is movido, so it has movement. So I love that so much. Okay, just to sum it up, the pure tresillo would be Leo Brouwer in the first bar has a variation of it, which is but he doesn't continue with that in the second bar because actually he's creating units of 5. Great. That's actually what happens in this first part of the first study of the Estudio Sencillo de Leo Brouwer. I hope you liked the video. If you did so, leave me a thumb up and subscribe to the channel. We see you next time. Bye.